Hey guys, I am Wonder Dave.
My name is Dimarcus.
And we are here today with you to count down the top 10 black superheroes.
Indeed.
It's a top 5
It's a top
for
five
two of
for each of us.
My number 5 pick, my fifth favorite black superhero, as it were, is Luke Cage. Yeah.
Oh, Luke Cage. I like Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
I like Luke Cage. I played a lot of video games. They had Luke Cage as a character. I kept him in rotation. I feel like I'm obligated to keep him in rotation. Just in case anybody else is watching me. My number 5 pick, and me and Dave had big discussions about this guy, but because every time I brought this up that I was doing it to somebody, they brought him up, is War Machine. I do not like War Machine. I don't like War Machine. But every time I bring this up, everyone's like, "Hey, you should put War Machine in it." I get that he's been in movies and everybody knows who he is, but I definitely will give him credit. But his only superpower is that he's just a really good friend. That's his only superpower, that he's a really good friend.
Yeah, I feel like in the Marvel Universe he is sometimes like the one black guy in a teen movie.
Right.
Like that's like maybe a little War Machine. But he does have the cool gray suit with the massive guns, definitely bringing it.
I feel like he's a bona fide sidekick. He's a bona fide, that's what you do. You help out.
My number 4 right now is Marvel's first black superhero, the Black Panther.
Ooh.
Number 4 on my list, the Black Panther. He's king of his own country. I like that.
Yes, Wakanda.
Yeah, T'Challa. He has like a fun backstory with Storm that he's had for a while. I was potentially controversial statement. I was not a fan of the marriage. I was not about.
But it made sense.
It
made sense. She's a queen. He's a king. They have kingdoms. They should
get together.
They should get together.
Do it. They're both very regal people.
Yeah,
I understand the attraction and where it came from.
They speak with such, that esteem.
And it's funny because I actually really liked it anytime they showed up in a book together and flirted. I always thought that was a really fun interaction, but the actual marriage just never really quite worked for me. I think I actually just really like the ruler/hero dynamic of the Black Panther.
Right. It is decision.
Watching out for Wakanda and is it titanium, I think?
I think they got vibranium.
Vibranium. Very precious metal in Wakanda that has made Wakanda rich. Yeah. Just loaded into Wakanda. It's
I like how they still wear loincloths in some of the things. Sure, we got money. Sure. What?
It's clothes. When you're loaded.
They didn't come out with a line like Sean John, Wakanda. Wakanda line. So I like that part. My number 4 is Static.
Oh,
yes.
The Dwayne McDuffie creation, right there.
My favorite is Static. Static. I like the fact that how he got his powers is my favorite part. Is that he was in the midst of a gang war. He's an inner city youth. He was mixed in a gang war. Oh my God! I'm just trying to make it home to study, and then So I don't like his characters that he fights as much though, which is why he probably came down to 4. I like the Bang Babies and everything. I really don't like them. They all kind of resemble other supervillains. In the Justice League, they showed him as an older Static, he was leading the Justice League at one point.
And he's like a scientist as well.
He became smart.
He's super into science.
He just didn't stick with the superhero. I just got all these powers. I'm going to continue to study. That was you didn't have to do that.
Yeah. My number 3 pick. Maybe a little risky putting her up above Luke Cage because I feel like she's maybe the distaff counterpart to Luke Cage is Misty Knight.
Misty Knight
from Heroes for Hire, The Defenders.
Okay.
She is effectively, and this is why I love her so much. This is my real reasoning. She also hangs out with a martial arts expert. She hangs out with Colleen Wing instead of Iron Fist.
I feel like that would calm you down. If I hung out with a martial art expert every day, he'd be I'm this motherfucker just coming out. But he'd be everything's fine. Everything is fine. You're right. You're
got this. So they have kind of a similar relationship. They've both done the Heroes for Hire thing. She's really, for what works for me about her so much is she's got that cool bionic arm thing going on, and she has an afro that looks awesome. She's such a 70s character, really. and they haven't changed that. I really love that they have not. They're like, nope, sticking with it. This is what we're doing with Misty Knight. This is her look. She's got it down. But she's the Pam Grier of the Marvel Universe, and I think that's super cool. Like, I love Pam Grier, who played Amanda Waller, actually, on Smallville, apparently, I learned.
What?
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Must have been one of those later seasons where I gave up.
So yeah, that's the Pam Grier of the Marvel Universe. Misty Knight is my number 3 pick.
I know that he is not black. I know that he is like Latino, but vibe. I love vibe.
Latino character.
Yeah. I love vibe. I was thinking about this the whole time. I was like, I gotta put vibe in there. Like, I love vibe. Like, everything he does. He's a break dancer. Like, his outfit is just this big giant V-neck. Like he has this whole thing going where it's a shit. I love vibe. Not a black character, but I thought that he would hang out with black people at the very least. Like,
he's a breakdancer.
Yes.
He knows something about pop culture. He's got one of the elements down.
He definitely has it. Yeah, he could walk through the hood. He can make it.
It's true. All right. I guess we'll go with it. Why not? Right? It could be, sure. Power to the people.
Power to the people.
3.
My number 2 was between Black Panther, which you already mentioned, and Cloak. Once I found out Cloak, and I looked up Cloak, and I was like, I like this guy. Like, I like this guy and more of his powers. I first was introduced to him on an old Sega Genesis game, Spider-Man Carnage.
Yeah,
like
great video game. Green Jelly did the soundtrack. Yeah.
That one, I was like in love with that. And he was one of his, people you call in and help.
The assist.
The assist, yes. And I always use Cloak, not because he was black, because his power was great. And like, he just covered everything, and then everybody left. I was like, this is so easy. Like, it makes it easy.
It's good.
And I like that. I've never seen. I believe he has legs, but for whatever reason, I've never seen them. A reason I would use him as number 2, because he does the stereotypical thing, which you pointed out last week, was he dates white women. With the power comes great responsibility.
And their powers are like linked to one another. He actually does have to date this white girl.
I have to.
He has his origin's super funny. They were like anti-drug characters. Cloak and Dagger is the woman, the young lady he dates, Tandy Bowen, I believe is her name. And like that, it was like some experimental street drug that was like on there, and then it gave them weird superpowers they were experimented on.
Which has to be weird. It has to be weird, like you just start like, oh my god, what is going on?
I don't have legs.
Am I high? I don't believe I'm high anymore. Yep.
Now I just teleport things. My number 2 is Blade.
He had a couple movies. He got 3 movies?
Yeah, no.
He had a TV show?
It's funny because I mostly know Blade. I think the first time I saw him was on the Spider-Man animated series. That's probably the first time I saw Blade, and he is. I know this is not exactly the truth, but he's basically a half vampire. Yeah. Like, he's a vampire is the term for that.
Vampire, yes.
Yeah.
Daywalker.
Yeah. He has a lot of vampire powers without a lot of vampire weaknesses.
Right.
Garlic gives him indigestion. It doesn't I can't handle it. No thanks. But what I did not know until my research here, and I've read comic books with him in them, so I don't know why I didn't know this. In the comics, he's from Britain, not Detroit.
Wow, you know what? I never would have guessed he was from Britain.
Never. And a fun action hero.
My favorite weapon that he uses is that blade that he throws that comes back to him. Like, he catches. I don't know why other vampires can't catch this blade, but he catches it with and he keeps moving. I don't understand how he's lasted so long.
Who knows? He's still got the bloodlust. He still has to go to the clinic and get some blood every now and then.
Which has to be Google has to be his best friend at this point, because he's like, oh my god, I'm going to blood center, the nearest blood drive.
See, here's my thing about this though. I feel like there are enough weird girls who just be like, yeah, that's okay. Let's take a little.
You want to do what? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm with that. Yeah.
I feel like that's an active fetish for some people.
Some of you watching it would let him. Have you seen Blade?
I'll find that Blade. The reveal. I've been keeping the hoodie on.
Yes.
My number one pick is Storm from the X-Men.
Yes.
Mentioned her earlier. One, she has a power set that you can understand, which is kind of a big deal in the X-Men. Sometimes you're like, so you.
You're like Nightcrawler, you can teleport, but you gotta see where you teleport. Like you can't just teleport anywhere.
And you're actually going through like an alternate dimension that smells like this is what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like Jubilee, like technically it's like fireworks, but it's like she's disrupting atoms at a subatomic level.
And in the cartoon,
Storm is like,
yeah,
the weather.
Yeah,
I can do everything with the weather. I fucking got this. Like,
yeah, she's like a 2-year-old can be like, oh, you can make it rain? Like, yeah, I can make it sunny too. Really? They'd be amazed. Like
it's a very useful power. Mm-hmm. She's super powerful. Like I'm wearing Mohawk Storm on my shirt. She's back to the Mohawk in comics right now.
That's my favorite Storm is the Mohawk Storm. She looks badass in that.
She does. Super cool. Super cool. Kind of a ham in the 90s cartoon, which is what my introduction was to her.
Yeah.
She's like, power of lightning!
She had a huge speech every time.
Yeah!
I'm like, you don't need a speech. You're wasting time.
You want to do this.
Juggernaut is getting away. Just freeze him already.
Yeah, and when the X-Men showed up on that episode of Spider-Man, Spider-Man was like, power of webs, really sticky. And I like that they both parodied it, but I also really liked that she did it. I was just like, you just do it. Like, all the exposition you want, Storm, is yours. I like that she's been the leader of the X-Men a bunch, which is that's probably what I didn't like about the marriage, is that it took her out of the X-Men a bit more. And so, I think her backstory as a thief is really interesting.
When she was, Shadow King. Shadow King, yes.
She ran around for him. And I think from an artistic standpoint, I think she's a really visually interesting character because of the white hair. Just like always makes her stand out. You can always tell who she is. Yeah. The downside to Storm is perhaps the X-Men movies that I choose.
Yes.
Had they been made earlier, I feel like Grace Jones just could have been Storm.
Yes.
And the world could have been
I like Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett would have been a great Storm.
Halle Berry is now...
She's a very attractive lady, but not...
African queen?
Yeah, like that's it, right there. You nailed it.
African
I'm not gonna cast Halle Berry.
Which part of Africa? What? After the apartheid? I'm not sure.
What's happening?
My number one is Jon Stewart, the Green Lantern. I chose him as my number one because he has a bigger job. like he has, out of everybody I think we've mentioned, he has a portion of the universe. Like he has.
He does.
I have to go around. I can't just stick to this one place. I have not only you guys to deal with. Please, can somebody else handle this? please. Luke Cage. So anyone, really. I like the fact that later in the show and everything, and they did not use Hal Jordan, which was pretty obvious that I thought they were going to do, but they went with Jon Stewart, which I thought was a better fit.
DC is like trying to make Hal Jordan a thing, and just go with Jon Stewart. Yeah, everyone loved him in the cartoon.
When I saw the movie, I was like, why did they go with Jon Stewart? Like you said, the cartoon, everybody recognized, especially little kids. Yeah. Everybody recognizes, and it's like, who is this guy?
Yeah. Just give up your Hal Jordan dreams, DC. No one cares.
I also like this. He also creates another superhero in Warhawk.
Oh.
Yes, his son is Warhawk. So he's creating more black superheroes for us to enjoy.
Yeah. Very visually, I feel this way about all the Green Lanterns, actually. This is one of the things I like about their power set. Like, it's cool to look at what the Green Lanterns do. Right. I feel the same about Storm. Like, it's cool to watch someone get struck by lightning. It just looks cool, which is important in a medium like comic books or animation. Right. Like, it's cool, it's easily accessible. Like, you just make stuff with your magic ring.
Right, like if I wanted to make a bull charge at you and pin you to a wall, that's very easy to do. Yeah. I think I'm going to be a Green Lantern.
Yeah?
On Halloween, because I can make my own costume. As long as I have the lantern sealed, I'm fine. I think that's going to be, my costume for Halloween.
Green Lantern. So, awesome. Thank you for viewing us today. Let us know in the comments section who your favorite black superhero is, or if you love our list, let us know that too. Or if you hate our list and think that like War Machine is in fact great.
We'll really get War Machine. War Machine, like, what do you mean War Machine? We'll get tons of those.
Don Cheadle has an Oscar. Who do you think you are? Thank you so much for watching.